Hey everybody, it's Tony from Sunny in Spain, and today we're going to do some fun facts and trivia about Spain, things you might not know. Also, current events, what's going on this week, madcool. There's a video link up here for another video I did recently about the madcool music festival going on tomorrow, July 6th through July 10th, so don't forget to check that out. Let's get right into the video. There are many countries around the world that have multiple official languages. A great example is India, that has close to 30 official languages. In Europe, that's not as common. Switzerland does have 4, with French, Italian, German, and Romansh. Spain has 1 official language, but it has 4 main languages that have an elevated status. Castellano, of course, is the main language of the country. It's spoken by basically all of the 45 million people in Spain. Catalan is the next most commonly spoken language in Catalonia or Catalonia. This is where the city of Barcelona is. There are about 4 million people who speak Catalan around Spain, mostly in the eastern coastal area. The city and state of Valencia speak Valenciano, which is, according to many people, the same thing as Catalan. So again, about 4 million people speaking that. If you go up to the northwest of Spain, you find the language of Gallego or Galician. Galician is spoken by close to 2 million people. When you're up in the area of the northwest, near the cities of Vigo and A Coruña and this area that borders Portugal, Gallego or Galician is a language that is very closely related to Portuguese, and the people in that region in the northwest of Spain will speak that as their primary language. And then, of course, there's Basque. Basque is spoken in the Basque provinces of the País Vasco and Navarra, so the 2 northernmost provinces in Spain that border on France. There's also French Basque, Spanish Basque, slight differences, but there are about 750,000 people who speak Basque, mostly around the cities of Vitoria and Bilbao and San Sebastian. Moving on to olives and olive oil. Spain is number 1 in the world in producing olives and olive oil. A lot of people might think it's Italy, but Spain far out produces Italy in terms of olives and olive oil. In fact, to the point that many of the Italian olive oils that people in the U.S. and other places are using these days are made with olives that come from Spain. So that's something that a lot of people don't realize, but it's fascinating to drive through southern Spain, through the province of Andalusia, from, let's say, from Malaga up to Cordoba. If you ever make that drive, is literally, 200 kilometers by 200 kilometers of just olive groves. Absolutely amazing sight to see. So if you're ever in the southern area of Spain and Andalusia, then definitely worth going down to see some of these olive producers and try some of the olives and olive oils. I'm going to be doing a video pretty soon about taste testing some of the different types of olive oil, like the Picual, which is quite strong, and the Arbequina and the Hoja Blanca, which is a little softer. So look for that video coming out in a couple of weeks. Spain is the absolute champ in the EU when it comes to number of bars per capita. With almost 280,000 bars in the country of Spain, that makes it about 1 per every 170 people. Multiple bars on every block, bars next door to each other, serving up great Spanish wine, fantastic Spanish beer, and of course the tapas that we all, love. So really cool when you go around different neighborhoods in Madrid especially and see all these really small neighborhood bars that have regulars that come night after night. And if you go often enough, they will start to accept you too. And you can practice your Spanish and meet new people, make friends. So Spain really is tops there and a whole lot of fun. Moving on to high-speed rail. Spain is actually number 1 in the EU in the amount of high-speed rail tracks that they've put down. There are now over 2,850 kilometers of rail lines that are designed for speeds of greater than 250 kilometers an hour. Now that said, Usually when you're on one of the AVE trains, the bullet trains that go from between all the major cities, you will be doing closer to 300 kilometers an hour, which is almost 190 miles an hour. It's quite a rush, actually, and an amazing way to get around between the cities. Oftentimes it's so much faster than flying, just because you're saving yourself all that time of getting out to an airport, arriving early, going through check-ins, especially now this summer with all the problems airports are having around the world. The trains are a super fast alternative. You know, if you go from Madrid to Valencia in an hour and 40 minutes, or Madrid to Cordoba in an hour and 40 minutes, again, topping out around 300 kilometers an hour, really great connections. Some of the new lines that they've just completed and opened up, I think, this year, is the line going from Madrid to Orense in the northwest, which is kind of the gateway to Santiago de Compostela, where most people will finish their camino, their pilgrimage hikes, something that's super popular in Spain, and people from around the world come for that. I think the trains that go out there have actually been rated at 320 to 340 kilometers an hour, so right around 200 miles an hour. So pretty impressive stuff, and again, number one in the EU in the amount of high-speed rail. While I always liked shellfish, regular fish was never much of a thing for me until I moved to Spain. The freshness and variety of the fish there is just outstanding. My favorite is besugo, fish from the north. I think in English it's called sea bream, and it's just really fantastic. But, you know, the other things like octopus and all the different clams, tejinas in Valencia, just absolutely amazing. And Spain is the number one producer of fish and fishery products in the EU. More than 1.2 million tons per year produced by Spain, much more than any other EU country. If you want to see a really good video on my experiences with fish in Spain, check out the video I have on the Mercado de la Cebada in Madrid, that on Saturday afternoons opens up to be a real fish and wine and beer party that you really should see if you're in Madrid. Life expectancy. Until very recently, Spain was number one in the EU in life expectancy, with an age of about 82.4 that was expected. Pretty much the same as Italy and Norway, but in 2018, Spain was number one in the EU. COVID, of course, has thrown all of that for a bit of a loop, unfortunately, but it's truly amazing to see how many elderly folks there are in Spain and how well integrated they are socially with families and neighborhoods. So, yeah, Spain is really a great place for people to grow old. Great healthcare system, and again, what people are finding more and more is that social contact and a feeling of community is just as important to long life. Well, I sure hope you all enjoyed watching. A lot of great things that Spain is number one at. It's a wonderful country to visit and to live in. So if you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you around soon for the next video.